Before Mark Wahlberg established himself as one of Hollywood's most popular leading men, before he was worth an estimated $20 million, before he was Marky Mark spreading good vibrations with the Funky Bunch, Mark Wahlberg grew up in Dorchester, Massachusetts and was a troubled youth. At the age of 14, he dropped out of high school. At the age of 16, he was locked up in prison for 45 days after he took out a man's eye with a metal hook. After his stint in prison, he began focusing on turning his life around, first through bodybuilding and then through music. My name is Michael McCrudden and welcome to Before They Are Famous, documenting the life of Mark Wahlberg prior to fame, here for you on Before They Are Famous. And this one, it came from the subscribers. You guys asked for it in the comment section. Let me know who is next. Born on June 5th, 1971, Mark Wahlberg grew up the youngest of 9 children in a working-class Irish Catholic family. His mother, Alma, was a bank clerk and a nurse aide, and his father, Donald, a delivery and bus driver. Mark's parents divorced when he was 10 or 11. His mother then remarried, but she has since gotten divorced. His mother has blamed her own emotional neglect for her youngest son's descent into juvenile delinquency. Mark learned to manipulate and to hustle to get the things he needed to get ahead. One time he stole his own sister's pink bike and spray painted it brown. He was only found out when the paint chips they started to chip away. At the age of 12 or 13, he would sneak out of his home each and every night through a window and spend his nights on the street. By 14, he had dropped out of high school. At the age of 10, his brothers had started getting him drunk off of beer, and by 15, he was addicted to cocaine. He would steal cars and sell drugs, running with a tough crowd. All of this would come to a head when he got into an altercation with a Vietnamese man. Mark was wielding a metal hook and gouged out the man's eye. For this, Mark ended up serving 45 days of a 2-year sentence at Deer Island, an adult prison. This gave Mark time to reflect on the path he was heading down. A lot of his friends, they had died. The people that he looked up to while they were locked away in prison with him, he needed a change. The first thing he focused on was bulking up. When he got out of prison, his brother Donnie had done the unthinkable, landing a spot in a boy band group known as New Kids on the Block. Mark actually got an audition to join the group, but he couldn't carry a tune. From there, Donnie helped Mark put together a hip-hop album to form his own group known as Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Donnie also fronted the money for the first album, titled Music for the People, and with the hit singles Good Vibrations and Wild Side, the album went platinum. It was around this time he signed a 2-year contract with designer Calvin Klein to model some underwear. His second album, You Gotta Believe, well, it didn't sell as well. His public image was also taking a beating. They brought up his criminal past. They were also calling him a homophobe, and there were some brawls he had gotten into. His image needed a reboot. So Mark was looking for his next outlet, his next opportunity, and started focusing on Hollywood. Although the industry, they weren't ready to accept him with open arms. The director of a Leonardo DiCaprio pick, The Basketball Diaries, wanted Mark, but studio execs were not convinced. He had to work twice as hard as someone else who was starting from scratch because he had to, move past that music and model. I don't know why that's a problem, but for him it was. Now, for many people, Wahlberg's breakthrough performance came in Boogie Nights, which was dropped in 1997, in which he plays porn star Dirk Diggler, and you gotta watch this film. It's one of my favorites. That last scene though, I do not know what the hell's going on there. Actually, it's prosthetic. I do know what's going on. It's crazy. Anyway guys, that's all I got for you. This is Before They Are Famous. My name is Michael McCrudden. Thanks for checking out my personal channel. All sorts of fantastic videos on here, so be sure to check out another one. Also hit that subscribe button. I got all sorts of celebrities, porn stars, internet celebrities, comedians, Instagram models, everything. So be sure to browse, enjoy it. I'll see you guys in the next one.